Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Now I would like all of you stand up and developing quickly. That's the reason there are many digital areas, especially in the COVID-19. It is very difficult for us to go to school, go to work, go to shopping, and so on. And we thank the digital area to help us do anything. What about Buddhism? Digital areas help us to do or study Buddhism. So today we are discuss a topic. That topic is how to apply digital area for Buddhist education. So now I would like to invite the first speaker, the Venerable Aloka. Please come here.
Good afternoon of my Dharma brothers and sisters. So I am very happy to be with you here, getting opportunity again to discuss Dharma talk. So today, especially our discussion topic is how to apply the digital era for Buddhist teaching or Buddhist education. So before discussing the digital era, I want to discuss how many important the Buddhist teaching, Buddhist education for our human world. So we can say that Buddha's teaching is a very important education for the human world or human community. We can say that the Buddha's teaching is the best psychological education or psychological the theory to use in our practical world. So as well as we can say that the Buddha's teaching is also philosophical theory, the best philosophical theory to apply in our practical world. Today we can see that this theory, this Buddhist teaching, many scientific people they are using, writing many books. For example, we can see that the Science of Compassion, this book is a very famous book in USA. This is the bestseller book. And we can see that the Siddhartha Brain, this book also very popular in the Western country, not only USA, UK, Europe. So that we can see the Buddha's teaching is the scientific education, scientific theory. We can practice. This is the experimental education. Now they write this, the writer, the scientific people, they write the book, the science of the mindfulness, science of the meditation, science of the enlightenment. So you see, the scientific people, they are writing and they experiment practically. So they said that Buddha's teaching is the practical teaching. It is the experimental theory. That is why the Buddha's teaching is very important education for our human world. Now we can see that in the Western country, many people, they are practicing the mindfulness meditation, and the compassion. You see, my presentation also I have explained that the self-compassion, writing by the Dr. Christian Neff. So you see, the scientific people, they are experiment and they write the issue of the best is the Buddha's teaching is very useful for our human community. That is why I want to say that the Buddha's teaching is very important education for our human world. So this is in the digital world. We need to apply the digital era to share this very important Buddha's teaching. We have to share the Buddha's teaching by the digital era, because according to the April 2020, there was the 4.57 billion people are using internet. So how much the world population? We can say that 7.7 billion people in the world population. So in this, we can say that majority of the people are using the global network, internet. So in the global network, we have to share the Buddha's teaching by writing article, by writing books, and by writing your motto, your opinion. We can share the Buddha's teaching. One of the Buddha's teaching can change human life and can solve human the problem. So now we see that the social media, about 1 billion people using the social media. So in the social media, we also using the social media. So we have to share Buddha's teaching. This is very important teaching. We have to share to the human world to solve human problem. I believe that the Buddha's teaching can protect humanity. This is very sure. That is why as we are monk, as we are nun, we have the responsibility to share Buddha's teaching. You see, now in the digital world, this is very easy. Also, we can learn Buddha's teaching very easily. Now you can see that in the Tipitaka, we can put in the mobile phone. Then the whole Tipitaka we can read very easily. When I was studying the Buddha monastic education, to find some word, which one I want, this is very difficult. We have to open very thick book and look for it again and again. We have to spend very long time. So it is difficult. But in this time, in this digital era, we can easily find which one we want. So it is very easy to learn the Buddha's teaching, Buddha's education. And then now we can see that in the pandemic time, the COVID-19, you see, we cannot attend our class, but now we can use the internet and we can use the software, and we can attend, we can learn from our teacher, and we can discuss each other. So it is a very useful, the digital era. In this digital era, we can learn Buddha's teaching very well. After learning Buddha's teaching, as I previously said, we have to share the Buddha's teaching to the world. This is very important, and Buddha's teaching can solve human problem, human difficulty, human suffering. That is why, as we are monk, as we are nun, we have responsibility. We have to use the digital era, and we have to apply it, and we have to share Buddha's teaching to the world for the human benefit. Thank you so much.